The folks at iRobot are at it again. A cleaning robot that can avoid that little accident Fido left behind. Welcome to another Techstination interview. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from iRobot is VP of Product Management, Hooman Shahidi. Thanks for joining us, Hooman.
Thank you, Fred. It's exciting to be here and share this couple of exciting pieces of news that iRobot is introducing today with you.
Well, you've just announced the Roomba J7 Plus robot vacuum with Genius 3.0 home intelligence. It's been, if I'm counting right, about 19 years since the first Roombas arrived. Tell us what's so new and different with these latest products.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up the amount of time that we've been delighting consumers with our robotic vacuum cleaners, the Roomba. I think this is the culmination of a ton of work that's been going on at iRobot to, not only do a great job cleaning your house, but also anticipating your needs and making that whole task easier every time. With the announcement of Genius 3.0, we are continuing on this transformation from having you tell the robot what to do, to iRobot actually anticipating your needs and better figuring out how to meet them. And that's really the genesis behind Genius 3.0, is the ability for the suite of artificial intelligence that that iRobot has built to anticipate what you need to clean your house and be able to go out and do it. I think that transformation definitely is really going from the consumer programming devices to devices sort of becoming part of your routine in your life. And that's really what we've done with Genius 3.0 and the Roomba J7 Plus. Specifically on the J7 Plus, really excited about this product in several different ways. One is that the J7 Plus is our most thoughtful robotic vacuum yet. It has, compared to the robot that we made 19 years ago, the amount of intelligence and processing capability and back-end AI that we built into this is, it might be separated by 19 years, but in terms of technology, it's separated by eons. The Roomba J7 doesn't just learn your home. It reacts in real time with precision vision navigation to the environment to allow it to even better do its job. We launched this product with the ability to recognize objects that most frequently bother consumers or bother consumers when they're using a robot around the house, like cords that you might have laying around, and really see those and avoid them. And we're really excited to be announcing a technology to be able to recognize and avoid animal waste. This is actually, interesting because so many of the people who buy a robotic vacuum cleaner own pets, right? So the animals shed, and they really want a robot to take care of that cleaning for them. And the J7 Plus sort of takes this to the whole new level. And with the pandemic, a lot of people have pets that didn't have pets previously. So we're getting a lot of folks who have this concern of, hey, I want to have a robot, but I'm afraid because I have a new puppy and the puppy's not fully potty trained. So I don't want it smearing the animal waste all over my house. And, the other piece is that we have really put our money where our mouth is on this, this product, in that we actually offer consumers a guarantee that if the robot ever runs over animal waste, which it won't, we will replace your robot for free. So we're really excited to sort of be timely in meeting consumers' needs who are interested in robotic vacuum cleaners with the Roomba J7 Plus.
Hey, accidents happen. Any pet owner knows that, but coming home to one of these accidents to see that Roomba made it worse, well, no one signed up for that. Sounds like a job for iRobot engineering. Poop comes in many shapes and sizes. We built over 100 physical models of poop. We trained our algorithms on over 100,000 images. At the end of the day, it worked. And the Roomba J7 comes fully equipped to both identify and avoid number 2.
And this is strictly using the camera, right? There's nothing in there that can smell.
No, so, one of the things that our CEO founder, Colin, likes to say is the camera is one of the most powerful sensors that you can put on a product. Because, with that camera, we're able to do so many things, including see the animal waste and the cords, but we also use that for navigation. Now, the other thing we've done is we've really structured our ecosystem for privacy first. People have concerns about, I've got a camera in my house. Well, we've created the J7 and the backend infrastructure so that you are 100% in control of the information that's generated by that robot. So the images are encrypted end-to-end between the robot and your app. iRobot can't even see those images unless you specifically give us access to use them in our AI database. And that's an you have to opt into something like that. So we've really tried to protect the consumer's privacy while unleashing the power that can be enabled by having a camera on our Roomba J7 Plus.
And this promise with the pet waste, do you have a name for it even? The pet owner's official promise.
Yes,
poop.
the pet owner's official promise. That's right. That's right.
Who came up with that?
We've got a heck of a marketing team that helps us make sure people know what we're offering them. And I think the other piece about it is that there's a lot of products out there who claim that they have this like massive list of things that they can avoid, right? But we didn't go for having a huge long list right out of the gate. We really went after what was important to consumers, and we got it right. As opposed to doing 40 things halfway, we're doing a few things really well, and those are the things that really matter. The great part about having this camera and having the intelligence is that it's actually expandable over time. Just like we introduced Genius 3.0, it's basically a free upgrade for any Roomba owner today, right? So a lot of the features like clean while you're away automatically come to the robots for people who own an i7 or i3 that they might have bought a few years ago. They get that upgrade free. And with the camera and the J7 Plus, as we add more objects like shoes and socks, those will come for the J7 Plus in the future.
Interesting. And it deals well, I assume, too, with things like the fringes on carpets and such that can cause issues sometimes?
Yeah, so one of the great features of Genius 3.0 is that it continues to learn, right? So imagine there's a whole bunch of sensors on the robot that give it information about the environment, not just the camera, but we have sensors that detect the fact that it's bumped up against the wall, or sense the power draw on our brush motor, right? And what we do then is we can make suggestions to consumers on where they should put out keep out zones. And very frequently, if you have really long fringes on the carpet, one of the things that the robot will generally do, if it finds that it's having problems around those fringes, you'll get a notification in the app and saying, hey, I seem to have a problem in this particular part of your house. Would you like me to set up a keep out zone for you? And that's that whole journey of anticipating your needs as opposed to you having to program them manually. And so that's, again, really exciting to be able to do that and make these devices more and more a member of the family. Many people who own a Roomba end up naming their robot, and it becomes really a member of the family with personality.
Terrific. Now you have mops as well, but the Roomba, is there an issue with the liquid waste or liquids that might be on the floor? I imagine that's much more difficult for a camera to detect.
Yeah. So the object that has to be avoided has to have some sort of three-dimensional form. Put it that way, right? So liquid is a much more difficult problem to solve, right? Because as you're looking at liquid and doesn't have the three-dimensional form, there's all kinds of issues around what is the color of the floor that it's on, and what is the color of the liquid? Is it transparent? Is it translucent? And so forth. So that one's a much more complicated problem for us to solve, and we unfortunately don't have that one on the list quite yet. But you can believe that our engineers are working on things like that.
Now, tell us about the raw cleaning power, the improvements you've made here. Obviously, the folks at iRobot know you've got lots of competition out there from big names, small names, companies coming in from all over into this space. Tell us what you've done with the cleaning power, and you've mentioned already the intelligence that and the software and how important that is.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of testing on this on the J7 before launch. As you can imagine, we're very particular about making sure that we build in the right cleaning power to satisfy our consumers. And what we really are finding is that cleaning for the J7, the consumers are incredibly satisfied with. With our dual counter rotating brushes, they're specially designed. Again, going back to who our consumer is, almost 80% of people who own a robotic vacuum cleaner own pets. And with those dual counter rotating brushes, they're specifically designed to pick up pet hair specifically, but on top of that, they do a great job picking up dust off of your hardwood floors and so forth. And they prevent tangling of hair. So imagine, you own one of those regular vacuum cleaners. If you ever turn the brush upside down and look in there, you got you can have a ton of pet hair that's caught up in there. And our brushes are specifically designed not to just pick them up, but also make sure they don't get tangled in there to keep the maintenance. And the real trick with a robotic vacuum cleaner, and this is why the intelligence is so important, is the whole point is you can clean every day with a robotic vacuum cleaner if it's autonomous and takes care of itself. So what have we done with the J7 Plus? We have our automatic dirt disposal system that automatically empties the bin, right? So again, the robot is always ready to go because the bin is empty. We have the anti-tangling brushes that minimize the need for maintenance on the robot. So what we find is that our consumers are able to use the product every day, and there's nothing like having your whole house vacuumed every day in terms of keeping it clean.
And the clean base that you're talking about, that can hold what, like 2 months worth of dirt?
Yeah, 60 days worth of dirt. Again, it's like, how can you make this as easy for consumers, right? So they don't have to empty the clean base they don't have to empty the bin every day. Every 2 months, you've got to go. You just have to very simply take the bag out and put a new bag in. And in fact, if you look at the design of the new product we've made, we've even taken that in the next level, in that we've redesigned that clean base from the ground up to actually start looking more like furniture. A lot of our consumers that we tested it with are actually proud to display the clean base with a robot because of this new design that really makes the robot look like furniture and sort of coexist with the rest of your environment. We've also added, if you open it up, there's a storage area in there for you to just store the next bag that you're going to replace in the clean base. So again, just making this just really fit into your home and your life is what we tried to achieve here.
One of the great pieces of the news here today is that people don't have to wait a long time to get their hands on this. Tell us about availability and pricing.
Yeah, so the Roomba J7 and J7 Plus are available today for order you can buy them at iRobot.com. Of course, they will also be available at all your favorite retailers as well. The J7 Plus is available for $849, so that's the one that includes the clean base, and then we have one that's just the robot with the standard dock that's available for $649. So if you hop on store.irobot.com, you can place the order today, and you should be able to get your hands on it in the next couple of days.
Very, very exciting. Again, it's store.irobot.com. That has it right now that people can go in and get hold of it. And with this pet owner's official promise, people had this covers a year from the time that you purchase this, right?
Correct. Yeah. So for a year, if the robot runs over any animal waste, just call our customer service line, and our team will take care of you with a replacement robot.
Really cool stuff. Hooman Shahidi, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Right, it was my pleasure. Thank you.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.